Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
What's that?
I am living the dream over here.
I
How
like
about you?
hearing that.
Yeah? Well, I mean, dude, we share things over here. We share the dream. We share the beautiful vibes. I want to make sure that
Whoa, sorry.
all
Did
right.
that go through? That audio go through?
Abe, how you doing over there?
Well, I was trying
No,
to...
you just started yelling, sorry.
No, I definitely heard the
Yeah. I
I didn't get it.
apologize about that. I was trying to unmute stuff in preparation, and I didn't have the individual page muted. So
Sometimes
that's
you just
my bad.
make an
I'm
entrance,
sorry.
bro. It's fine.
No,
You need
no,
extra
it was not my
airtime,
intent.
Abe?
It was not my intent. I'm very
You
sorry.
got some grievances to bring to the table? Listen, man.
No, very happy with this and my role here. I just stuff like that's how you get taken off out of those roles. So my apologies.
That's okay. Don't let it happen again. Anyway, I'm drinking my last Russian energy drink. Did you have any energy drinks today?
No, actually.
I think you should have one because what I want to talk about today, and when we get to it, is really freaking cool.
I got some coffee. I'll put some hair on my chest. Don't you fret. I'm getting tuned up over here.
Get that hair on your chest.
I spent the afternoon playing with my son, and it was wonderful.
Love that, dude. I love to hear that, man.
It was wonderful.
That's
So,
big boy.
I'm feeling good.
Big boy you got there.
Big old boy.
Where's all
Meaty
that free
fella.
time coming from, Mark?
Taking a few days, Abe. Post subathon, hardcore-a-thon is finally over.
Wow.
Yeah, we wrapped up Saturday morning. That was the last stream, and since then, just been taking a few days, get my house in order. A lot of things that just fall by the wayside after 23 days. Happens. So you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Things get out of balance. You gotta get back in there and get everything right before you get back on the horse. So that's what I've been doing. Not the most restful time off, but today was good. Today I got to do some chilling with the boy.
Good.
Awesome.
I'm glad to hear that. Before we do jump into this, I would like to ask all the listeners out there to share this podcast in your Discords, in your friend groups, wherever you're sharing, because we are about to get this puppy on the way, and it's going to be some good stuff that we want to talk about. So let's get into this bad boy.
We got Abe.
All right. Well, we got, as usual, some pretty angry gamers this week, and I think this one's a good one that they're mad about. So why don't we roll the clip?
Roll the clip. So angry.
Hates those peas.
Did you see the games on the box or what?
Nah, I need it in advance, bro. You gotta set me up, prep me.
They're on the box.
All right,
I
we'll
gotta
keep
go
it in
back
mind.
and watch that, but like while we're not live, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Well, so this week, we got a bit of a familiar face. We've talked about this studio before. That would be Fntastic, spelled Fntastic Games. And you might remember that name because they're the studio that was behind a little game called The Day Before, or as it's commonly known as The Scam Before. That was a game that went out into early access in 2023. It was hyped up as the next open world survival zombie horror game. It was an MMO. It was all these things. They had gameplay trailers that looked fantastic. Turns out though, they didn't actually have a game behind that. And after 4 days in early access and absolutely brutal reviews and people calling them a scam, saying the game was vaporware, the studio announced that it was shutting down, which further led into the scam accusations. However, they didn't shut down. Yeah, scam reality. They didn't shut down. Actually, later that year, a month later, actually, they announced a new project that was going on to Kickstarter to be crowdfunded for a game that they wanted to start working on that they called Escape Factory. Well, fast forward now after the studio has shut down and not shut down and all these different things to continue the scam, they've now canceled that Kickstarter for Escape Factory and simultaneously announced a new game also going on to Kickstarter to come in the prop hunt genre that is yet unknown. And people are left sitting here going, how do they keep getting away with this?
Well, hold on. So the second time when they did the Kickstarter and they canceled it, does everyone get their money back?
That I don't know. There wasn't a whole lot of money even committed to it. It looks like they had a goal of about $30,000. They were able to raise about $7,000 due to the distrust that people had in the studio due to previous issues. So I don't know if that $7,000 goes back. I believe because they canceled it, it does.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
they immediately followed it up with another new game with another new goal with more crowdfunding.
Well, but before, as Markstrom goes into his take, can you look up some footage on this first game that like
Oh, don't
actually
worry.
got out?
I already got it available to
All
you.
right,
You can
well-
see the gameplay trailer versus the actual gameplay. We can do that now if you'd like, or we can.
That'd be great.
We could let. Okay,
Let's
let's check
take a
that
look.
out. So this was the day before. So it's going to start off with about a minute of a trailer and then about a minute of actual gameplay.
Okay.
I'm going to turn the volume down pretty low in this one because it was pretty loud when I listened to it before.
Oh, that looks good.
Mm-hmm.
We're watching a G-Wagon drive through the streets right now. This is trailer?
This is the gameplay trailer, correct?
Okay.
It looks like
good,
a
dude.
better Division in this trailer.
Mhm.
Looks like a GTA at night.
Yep.
Great lighting profile.
Yeah, dude. Well, the guy clipped through the car a little bit, but
Well, this was, remember too, this was early access gameplay trailer.
Okay.
So
all right. So this guy's just walking around. The reflections in the water look great. I mean, visual quality looks amazing to me. Look, he's blurry because it's like depth of focus.
Third person shooter.
We don't like those, right?
They're just dated at this point. Very
Okay.
dated, especially for a immersive shooter. Immersive survival
That's
shooter
true.
doesn't make a lot of sense.
I was wondering why you always not hated, but like we're against the third persons. That is a big reason I didn't even freaking think of.
Yeah, I mean, it just in a PvP setting, it leads to just a completely different skill set and thought process, and yeah, it just doesn't necessarily match like a meaningful immersive environment. I think
we're now into actual gameplay, by the way.
yeah, we
So
see
the
that.
alarm is on, it is stuck and broken. You can't turn the alarm off, and the world is empty.
Oh man, I did play this for
So
the
what am I
24
looking
hours
at?
that existed.
Why am I looking at something bad? Like, explain to me why.
Well, this is the
what they
actual
actually
gameplay.
put out. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the early
This
access.
is
So-
like recorded footage from someone who actually got their hands on the game. You know,
Yeah.
it's just your typical like false promise. This is like the media package versus the reality of the game. Super different. Huge disparity between the two. Gamers are super angry. It was obviously a scam.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean, like anyone meaningful in the space said in advance, like, "Oh, this is a scam." Like we know that way in advance, like from the very first trailer. Everything was scripted. It wasn't actual gameplay. It was like as obvious as could be. But again, like this is a starved genre. A lot of rabid fans just begging for something that isn't dog shit. So you know, there's still a meaningful amount of hype.
So did I fail with the title then? Because I put in the title, "Fntastic fails again," but I don't think they failed. I think they succeeded with what they tried to do.
And being shitters.
Yeah.
Well, I think I think you're on the button just because of the fact like they came up with a new GoFundMe or what was the website they're using? Kickstarter, and it significantly failed to hit their goal to the point where they're just like, all right, let's try again with a different project. Here we go. So you know, as long as it's like very publicly obvious that they are the ones behind these Kickstarters that are popping up, hopefully the distrust has been sewn deep into their grundles, and we won't have to see these absolute shitter developer goblins make anything else. Here's hoping.
I mean, do you think this was a company before Fntastic? Do you think they had another company?
Yeah, we
They
already
did.
know that. This is their new name. They've
my
changed.
gosh.
They just continually changed the name. So like, that's like another part of it. And it's just such a shame because like your normal day to day person is not going to be looking beyond like whatever the developer name is, and they know that. And honestly, to do your due diligence, is you have to look up the license of the company and see who's on it and look at the names. And if it's the same names as the last company, then shit, we got a problem. And you just shouldn't have to dive that deep as a consumer to try and ascertain a product that isn't terrible, but that is the reality of gaming in 2024.
If only there was a website where this information can be readily available. How?
Yeah.
Rotten cabbages.
Rotten cabbages, baby.
How? Like all we'd need is something to scrub the internet and give us a bio and do it automatically.
Yeah, I mean, it can even be like, yeah, I think like there's so few meaningful projects in 2024 for gaming that you can just do it manually. I don't even think we gotta create the tech.
It's not just the website showing meaningful products. It's showing. I get what you're saying. If you don't see it on our website, then don't fucking give it the time of day. But also having a website where they could go and be like, I'm interested in this game.
Yeah.
Let me click that. Don't do it. These developers are shitters. They have a history of this. Check out this.
I mean, we don't even have to call them shitters. We can just say like, these are their projects. These are the reviews for their products. You know what I'm saying? It's just like facts only, man. Like we don't. It's not gonna take a lot to draw the lines between the dots, bro. It's bad. Okay. So.
Well, these guys are at a level of scam that it almost feels like Steam and Epic and those game stores should just refuse to do business with them and refuse to allow.
Yeah, I mean they are Sergei Titov adjacent. That's for sure. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow he's like homies with these people. It's just another Russian scam dev, which is unfortunate. So
why does that game fall under a scam though? Technically, they released a game.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just so far from what they advertised.
It's not just that it's so far; it's intent. They knew that they were not making a real project. Like they intended to shut down within a period of time.
Sure.
Like you know what I mean? Yeah, you can call it vaporware, right? Because it's just like instantly evaporating the second it hits.
Oh my!
Like a pretty common term. Yeah, it's bad, bro.
Oh jeez, dude.
Yeah, just super unfinished, unpolished bullshit that they know they're just looking to flip, squeeze whatever they can out of it. As minimal as investment as possible. Any real money gets put into marketing. Yeah, it's bad, man.
And I think this was so far off target, at least the day before, that it almost seemed that they intentionally did not try to build what they said they were going to build.
Yeah,
it was that far off target.
Yeah, and they have no real investment in building out these different things. So it sucks, man. Again, like, how do you get a day-to-day consumer to do their due diligence when they have to like go this far to figure it out? It's like almost unreasonable.
Yeah,
people are just gonna keep getting scammed.
Yes, I agree, and I think I can directly relate it to a bunch of things in this world. Like,
yeah,
it's unfortunately the consumers have to beware.
Yep.
Man, I just keep feeling that the gaming industry and the gaming audience, they have disposable income. If you're an older gamer, you're probably set up where you have time to game and work. So like you have the money to buy a game. If you're younger, your parents are buying you games. There's money to be spent in this industry, and no one is coming through saying, hey, we're doing it right. Give us your money.
Very few.
Like that.
Yeah, it's very few. And again, I think like the way I typically look at it is if like you can afford a gaming PC, life is good, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Life is good. You're chilling. Like that's like a level of disposable income that is definitely meaningful, but it also sucks to see, you know, for people to get excited about a project, save for the next game that they want to buy, spend $70 or $80 now on their new quadruple A title to receive Star Wars Outlaws. You know what I mean? It's like, holy fucking shit, man. There's just no other way to put it. Poor people, man.
Happening. It just keeps it isn't getting even remotely
And,
better.
and
If
again,
anything, it's getting worse.
the main reason for that is it's self-perpetuating, because the more bad games come out, the more starved gamers are for a good project, and the more they're willing to believe. And yeah, that's why it keeps getting worse. So very unlucky.
I'm gonna make a difference. You just, when I set some things in motion and I get some free time, I'm gonna make a freaking difference in this gaming industry. You mark my words, people.
Marked. Yeah, I mean, I feel similarly, and it's the main reason why I consult where I can, and I have a flexible, pay on that front, because I want to work with studios, regardless of size, because I want to make their games better. I want them to succeed. If they're serious about putting out a good product for the sake of the consumer, I want to work with you. So, yeah, twitch.markhamtv@gmail.com. I'll see you in there.
Don't tell Bobby. He'll send some other stuff there. All right. What else do we have, Abe?
We're gonna take all of that negativity that we
Yeah.
just shared.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
We're gonna throw it out the window.
All right.
Let's
Good.
throw it.
Love it.
Because we are now going to focus on something in this space
Mm.
that is perhaps the beacon of hope. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. It's what we hope we have all been waiting for, because this Friday, October 25th, marks the first day of the Ashes of Creation Alpha 2.
Good harmony. It's good. Yeah.
For most folks out there that aren't my brother, who accidentally bought the wrong starter pack and is not going to be joining us for Alpha 2, if you're a fan of this genre, the MMO genre, you want to talk about starved spaces in the gaming industry, this is probably, if not number one, number two, right behind the survival shooter. The MMORPG genre has been dying for innovation, something new, something that people are excited about. And this has been a project that's been a long time coming, and the hype for it is otherworldly because of the things that they're trying to do. And we are all sitting here in this space. I'm one of them. I love this genre, and praying that this game delivers what it can be.
Yeah, I mean,
Ain't
I've
that
had
the
to hear
truth?
Markstrom talk about this for 4 years now.
Oh,
So
longer
I'm
than that, my friend. Try 7.
I'm excited, dude.
I,
might even
I
have to crack
started
into this bad boy.
I started pitching this to people and getting excited about it. Our mutual friend, Mr. Javier, him and I both were looking into this in like 2017. So pretty incredible that the day is here where I can actually create content from it and push that content. I've obviously played the game. I played it like as early as like 2 years ago in Alpha 1. And my God, has it come a long way. I can't say more than that. Everything else is under NDA, but man, has it come a long way. And that much is easy to assume through the continual month-to-month live streams and updates that Steven and the crew continue to put out. It's awesome to see. So much innovative stuff that I know a lot of people are going to be incredibly excited for. Not only, it's a funny because it's like this weird mix of people want innovation and like the tech side of things, but I think a lot of people, the real starvation in the MMO genre isn't like, we don't want to see like an insane innovative mechanics for the game. We want a traditional MMO. I think people who know what that is, we haven't received the real traditional MMO in like a very, very long time. And there have been a lot of other projects that have tried to do something different or create something different. Usually it's out of convenience, because a traditional MMO is just an insane undertaking, especially in today's tech expectation for what that would be. And very few are willing to take that kind of risk, and Steven was. So Intrepid Studios, salute to you. We appreciate you taking this journey for the sake of the global MMO gamer, and we're excited to see where it goes, and excited to share those first steps with our communities coming up here this week. And It's the traditional MMO meets modern day tech and everything that comes with it. Some absolutely insane stuff. If you have not, for the love of God, if you have not watched the server meshing video that they put out on their YouTube channel, please check it out. I highly recommend it. It is incredible. And for all of the for all the people who say negative things about Star Citizen, if one good thing came from like the $280 million that they've spent, it's server meshing. Let me be very clear. And you know, if if that game has to die so that, you know, this tech can walk, then you know what? I say rock on, brother. We appreciate it.
God,
It's
walk on.
it's incredible. So
It, and to give you an idea, just on, you know, you talk about this space and how long it's been since a true traditional MMO came out. Just to give you some numbers perspectives, the two most popular MMOs in the world right now are still World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14 came out in September of 2010. World of Warcraft just celebrated its 20-year anniversary.
that is correct.
I mean, but is it? I'm sure a lot of it is the shit that has been put out, because we talk about it every week. But how much of it is, man, they just hit it so on the nose that like people don't want anything else?
Oh, you think that it's so good that there's no competition? But
Correct.
the reality is that Blizzard has put out an uncountable number of bad expansions since Wrath of the Lich King, which was what, like 2008, I believe.
I want to say something close to that. Yeah, I believe I was in college when Wrath of the Lich King, and I'm old, people.
Yeah, I hear you.
You are old as fuck.
I'm so old.
November 13th, 2008. You are right.
Yeah, so 2008 for Wrath, that was the last good expansion, I think, is like what most people would say. I mean, I'm gonna get called a classic Andy for that, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, modern day WoW is bad, and so it's not like and I'm not, no hate towards the towards like today's expansion. I think it is a little bit better, but my God, it's just not. It's so far removed from a traditional MMO experience. It basically has depleted every barrier of entry towards everything. It's not the same. It's not the same experience, and that's okay. I'm not saying people don't have fun on it. It's just not what I'm looking for. I think it's not what the classic Andes out there are looking for. And Blizzard is so tone deaf to this that we fought for these classic servers, and they told us, you think you want this, but you don't. Since then, they've like more than doubled their subscriptions because they decided, oh, maybe they do actually want this. They released the classic servers, and now they've gone through classic vanilla, classic Burning Crusade, classic Wrath, classic Cataclysm. They've released all these like old versions of the game that they're so deep now that they're into the bad expansions, and people still want it. It's crazy. So that's how starved people are for a traditional MMO. It's not because they're putting out good things. It's not because good things are available. It's just that it's just modern day risk aversion that prevents it. Because again, the undertaking is immense if you are going to account for providing the visuals that today's gamer expects in that kind of game. And there's always been this huge tech gap that has existed in massive multiplayer online games, right, or MMOs, between how many people can I fit in this exact area all at one time and have everything be smooth and have like gameplay fidelity, and still make it all look nice and modern. That's something that we haven't been able to do. Like, Escape from Tarkov looks pretty good, but you can get about 8 people on an entire server and have it run well because of just the intricacies of the game and all of the moving parts. And so it's like, how do you create a game like that and have 8,000 people all in one area? And the answer is server meshing. Shout out Star Citizen again. And Ashes is taking that and running with it. And so again, check out that video. It's awesome. They're doing great things. I'm stoked for this week. Future MMOs. Check it out.
Holy cow. I mean, I don't know if I can even add anything to that. The first 3 seconds of him talking, I was like gonna ask, can you explain this for people who have a small brain? And then he just kept going, and then there was many parts of it. I was like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I needed to hear. So amazing.
Full comprehension?
Yeah, 100%.
We'll take it.
Well, I'm very excited for it. Also, do we have to buy this? How's this work?
Yeah, so
to take part, yeah, you have to pay. They have like it's kind of like it's not really a crowdfund per se, but it is a crowdfund. You basically buy in to the future content. They have I don't know if the deal is still running. They had a very good deal running, where basically if you paid, it was like $150. Seems steep, I agree, but this is a game that will not have a monthly subscription. So there is no
Neither does
ongoing.
Yes, it does.
cost. Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. It is a free to play at launch game with a monthly subscription. I believe
Correct.
It was with
What's a monthly subscription?
$15 a month, which is the same
$15 a month.
price that World of Warcraft came out with in 2004.
Look, guys. I am all for a good product deserving a fair price tag on it.
Yes.
If it is awesome and if people are willing to play it and buy it, then that's what it is. I will not nickel and dime, especially for something that you speak so highly of. And if this is how they have to continue to do
Well,
what
this
they
is
feel
purely
is right,
hope core. Don't get it twisted.
I hear you. But
And this is
a
the
model like that will also enable them to continue to do what you've praised them for, which is basically saying, fuck everyone else, we're going to do it our way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's like that kind of model enables them to do that.
Well, it also forces their hand to make the
Sure.
game good. Like
Yeah.
how, like
Well,
they are,
it
they are
doesn't really,
incentivized to
but
provide an experience that people are willing to pay for monthly.
sure.
And if they're
yeah.
not, then they're not getting the money in.
Yes.
And so you can't be Escape from Tarkov and let the game be absolute utter dog shit for a year at a time. It's
And
not.
it's
It's not.
classic.
We already squeezed you for $150. We're freaking figure out the next thing to squeeze you for in this 1 year time while the game's not fun.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that. That is not a true live service game. And unfortunately, other MMOs have taken this model, like New World, for example. Right? They don't have the monthly subscription. You bought the game, and then the game was literally unplayable for almost a full year. And then they put out a little bit of content, then it's basically unplayable again. Now they just put out another content, people are hyped, right? But it's like these insane cyclical swings of the game not being fun. I think like over New World's, full lifespan right now, we've had maybe like 5 months of fun gaming. And it's been years. And like that is to me unacceptable for a live service game. And it's because of the model that they set up. And so again, I think subscription-based gaming for this kind of MMO is the way. They've made the right choice here. Right now, to answer your question, Slum, about access right now, this is, and let me be very clear, they have been so transparent about this is a true alpha experience. You are going to receive lots of bugs. You're going to see them. We want you to report them. We're trying to make the game as good as it possibly can be. We're at a point where you guys can test the network side of things. You can test all the in-game functions, how the different mechanics interact with each other. We want this right for launch, and that requires, for an MMO, a ton of people to test all at once, right? And so if you want to be a part of that process of literal bug testing, that's what this is for. Do not buy in if you do not want that experience. I can't say it enough times. It's very easy to get swept up in the hype of it, but they are super transparent. I try to relay what they are saying as often as possible. Game is going to be very fun to explore, but don't expect it to be a fully fleshed out MMO. It's not. It's not there yet, which is why it's an alpha. And they are using these titles as alpha, beta, launch in the right sense for the first time that we've seen since the beginning of early access, DayZ 2013 on Steam.
I was literally about to be like, dude, you don't got to explain it to me. I was pre-alpha DayZ, baby.
That's right. And so it's like, it's not marketing tags. And I feel like it's not their fault that these companies have used these alpha, beta, live or 1.0 as like shitty marketing tactics to sell their shitty games. This is like they're using it in the real sense for the first time in a while. And there's going to be a delay there. There's going to be a lag on people understanding that. And some people are going to be disappointed because they're going to buy the alpha 2 thinking, you know, this is going to be different. It's actual alpha. Yeah. So the idea is like alpha is where you get in, tons of bugs, and they're constantly adding new shit. They're adding new shit.
And removing shit.
And it's a lot of back and forth there.
Electro might be over here one day, then it's over there.
Exactly.
Like, I just got used to this map.
Exactly. And so,
is that game still in early access, or did it full launch yet?
Oh, don't get me started. We don't have time. We don't have time for that, Abe. We don't have time for that today. Don't ask that question. Don't ask questions we don't have time to answer. Beta is when it's just bug fixing. It's just like, okay, this is the feature set that we're looking to launch with. We are going to polish this as much as humanly possible, right? And then launch is launch. And so there's a timetable. You can look it up. They have an estimated like projected timetable. Maybe it's on, maybe it's off, maybe it's longer than that. Probably longer than that. You know what I mean? But what you can do right now is you can pay different levels to have access to these if you want that experience and be able to provide feedback and help shape the future of MMOs, in my opinion.
You will get a free month, I believe.
What ends up happening? So not only do you get a month, which is like $15 value, you also get $15 in like the micro shop that will be 0 pay to win, all 100% cosmetic, that kind of thing. What that actually entails right now, we don't necessarily know. But I mean, it's not just the access to the game. They're trying to give you some value on top. I would say most people should absolutely not buy into Alpha 2. That would be my recommendation. I would say at the very least, wait for beta. So I think, as much as we want to break Abe's brother's balls right now, he may have made the best choice possible.
Oh, is that what he bought? He bought the later version?
Yeah, he bought the beta.
But he didn't mean to do that, to be clear. He thought
what an idiot.
Jackass!
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So typical.
It's good stuff.
Anyway, I'm excited for it. I can't wait. I'm going to watch you guys play it a little, and then I might dive in.
Cool. Yeah, and again, it's UE5, baby. Future.
That's exactly why I want to get in there.
I've
seen a lot of good stuff. Speaking of, is there anything else you want to say about that game?
I'm good, man. I can only get so wrecked. Go ahead.
Okay. That's why you need a standing desk. Speaking of cool stuff that's being announced, I don't know why I never wanted to go to this or thought of bringing this into the cast, but like Unreal Fest, Adobe also has their thing, their conference. I believe it's called Adobe Max. And for all you creators out there or people that are just interested in dope shit and creative type of stuff, they unveiled a couple sneak peeks of what's coming to a couple of their softwares. And I would really like to show you guys.
What do you got?
So, Abe,
tell me which one to start.
Make the last one. Just start, but don't use Project Clean Machine yet. Just go. Just click whatever one you want, and let's peep it.
I have them in order of how you sent them to me. So
okay, all right. So this one's freaking dope. So this is Adobe Illustrator 2025 new features. So if you're a creator out there, and hold on, let me preface this before you play. Photoshop is cool, guys, but if you're gonna get good at something, please get good at Illustrator, because I need you to get good at Illustrator. All right, I'm not good at Illustrator. Get good at Illustrator. I'll take care of the Photoshop. All right.
It's funny when you say that, because once upon a time, so my wife's a graphic designer. She, I remember when she learned Photoshop, first year. Mm-hmm. Then when she learned Illustrator, I don't think I've ever seen her use Photoshop since. Not really, unless it's specifically required. Big Illustrator gal. I never understood it. She sends me project files all the time. I don't know really how to use Illustrator. Yeah. I'm looking at this thing I don't know what I can do with this. So
me personally, I wish they could just take Photoshop layout and all the buttons and just shift it into
That'd be
Illustrator.
nice.
The amount of times I've searched for, can I just use Illustrator with the same exact layout as Photoshop?
Yeah.
Like, dude, they're different buttons. They're different. They do different things.
Yeah.
Anyway, check this out. There's a lot of updates for Adobe Illustrator, and this one is really cool. So just play it. You could probably double speed it. I don't think you necessarily. We could do some audio actually. That's fine.
Okay. And
You don't have to go crazy loud on it, but yeah, 175 is fine.
all right.
So it'll sound like this guy's chipmunking, but that's fine. So the first one is basically this is a feature. I've wanted to do this so many times, and I've done it, but it was never exact. So what he's doing right now, he's selecting all these objects and he put them on a path, and his path is a circle. So if you're creating logos and stuff, people do this all the time. And now he's swapping the icons around. I can shift them this way, all on that path. Now, when I'm done with it, I got them where I wanted to. Now I can just delete the path, and that's what he's about to do. Now I have all these icons in a circle. Now just imagine that was whatever path you want to draw, you can put these icons wherever you want, super easy. This, what he's doing right now, pause it for a sec. If you guys have been creating images or anything like that and ripping them off of Google, sometimes you get a blurry image. There's just not a high def one that you can find. And maybe you want to trace a logo and it's a really blurry logo. Me and Markstrom have done brand work sometimes, and we get a brand package and they give us like blurry logos. I'm like, what the frig, dude? This is your company. How do you not have an SVG?
Yeah.
Bro? You're giving me this blurry logo. So what this guy is doing, you can press play. He took a blurry logo, and now Illustrator has this thing where can. That's all right. Now he has this thing where you can image trace. So it traced the image. And it gets really nice on it. And they had stuff like this before, but this is specifically for this, turning blurry images into SVGs, scalable graphics that you can drag as big as you want and not lose any quality. So boom, he traced a blurry logo. Now it's an SVG, and he didn't have to do any work. Awesome. Next feature that they're looking at is mock-up. Like you create sweatshirts or coffee cups or whatever. Adobe will look at what item you have and just immediately say, all right, let's put this graphic somewhere.
That's nice.
So for t-shirts, for sweatshirts, for coffee cups, bring whatever graphic you want in and make it a mock-up. This next feature is just generative AI making illustrations. And guys, the reason the illustrations are important is because you can blow them up on a billboard. They won't get blurry. Photoshop doesn't do like the SVGs, the scalable images. This Illustrator is all about the scalable images, and you can just AI generate whatever type of graphics you want now, and it's freaking awesome. Like that's an SVG now. He just generated a leaf that you can scale up as big as you want. Freaking awesome. All right, let's go to the next one right under it, I believe.
Yep.
So the one right under it is just going to show you the icons again. Yeah. How you can put them on a path.
Talk so fast.
You don't have to hear it on this one. It's fine. So remember that first the circle where he put all the icons around it. This is another use case. So he's got a path, but it looks like a hill basically, and he's going to put all these people on a hill. For graphic designers, they do stuff like this all the time, and it just does it automatically. And you can put them wherever you want on this path. You could draw whatever path you want and scale them, bring them to the left, bring them to the right. I know this seems silly, but this is freaking huge. I don't know why it took so long for them to do this, but this is awesome. So you don't even need to know how to do this, guys. Open Illustrator and you could do something right away. All right, that's the only one for that. Now, those weren't even the sneak peeks. That's just cool features that just came out. Sneak peeks. What's our first sneak peek? Not Clean Machine. That one's really freaking cool, and we'll be able to use it in our community. So I'm excited for that one. All right, hi-fi. You don't worry about the audio. Let's just kind of go through, drag through, and see what they're doing. Go ahead. All right, so right now on the left you see a white room, and that's what they're starting with. And you're gonna have to kind of just fast forward it or scan through and to see what he's doing. So on the left, he's kind of drawing. You see how he drew these big white windows, and he has a prompt on the right side that is turning it into high definition images. So he drew a big white windows. It turned the right side into a pink room with big windows and an ocean. Now he's drawing a plant and he's bringing the plant into this room. And when I say drawing, this guy's literally drawing it in like MS Paint. Like, and he's turning it into a 3D plant looking thing in this
He's
image.
drawing like what you could only hope your kid is bringing home from school to hang on the fridge. I mean, like we're talking like preschool probably.
Yes.
And then on the right hand side is photorealistic plant being created as he makes amendments here.
But now here's the kicker. That is not new tech. It's new tech for Adobe, but that's not new tech. What's new is what they're about to do with this plant. If you keep going forward or whatever the heck we got to do to speed it up a little bit, they bring the plant into the scene that they're drawing and it light matches now.
Yeah, now it has all the same lighting and reflections. It's amazing.
One of the biggest issues about generative images right now is you can do a prompt and you can get close to what you want, but you can't like really manipulate it exactly how you want it.
Yeah.
It's just prompt after prompt after prompt after
And
prompt.
what program is this?
This is, I believe this is Illustrator or Photoshop.
Yeah, so they're essentially integrating a 3D environment and just letting you like not basically skipping a bunch of steps and doing it just through AI on the fly.
This is a multi-stepped prompt graphic creator.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because I do like 80 prompts in a row before I get something that I use.
Right.
Now you could do item by item and make the full image.
That's really nice.
So I think this is really cool. This is Illustrator, by the way.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next sneak? Growl thinks he's being sold something. I mean, dude, I'm a big Adobe guy, and then we'll get on that DaVinci.
Hard not to be.
After.
This one is a Project Turntable.
All right. Let's see. Give it just drag through and let's see what this one's doing. Oh, I like that shirt.
Another subscription-based model that it's very difficult to be upset about because the level of product sets that they bring out that are new on a regular basis is insane.
Bro, look at this. This is absolutely insane. So we're in Illustrator again, I believe, with scalable images. Remember, guys, these are SVGs. You can blow them up. You can shrink them down. No pixelations. Look at this freaking thing. So he's clicking on this guy with a sword, right? And he's just showing you it's an SVG. He's showing you all the outlines. He's clicking on the guy with the sword. And I think it has to like register or something. Okay, I understand it's a guy holding a sword. Now he clicks this button, which then it's processing. I understand. Okay, this is a guy with a sword. Now he's got a bar down below him, and he can move him left or right as if he's a 3D model.
Whoa.
And he rotates him from an image, dude. So this is absolutely insane. I don't know, for people that are doing like storyboards or whatever, like, or you just want to draw something and you're like, I wonder what this guy would look like turned around. Who knows? But this will figure it out for you. If you scroll a little faster, he shows all of these things. He's just clicking. Now he clicks the dragon and he can rotate the dragon. Yeah, show the French fry guy or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, you can fully animate anything then.
Correct. He has a bread basket and he's rotating it. Like, what? This is absolutely insane.
And for graphic shading too. Yeah, I think it's updating the shading.
Doing everything.
Crazy.
For graphic designers, this is freaking awesome, dude.
That is
awesome.
Sick.
You can create character sheets super easy. You don't have to redraw them.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it doesn't get it 100% correct, remember, it says SVG. You can just edit after. You could just change a French fry. If one of the French fries was wrong, oh, I'll just paint that in there. Don't worry about that. You did well enough. Good job.
You get hungry?
That's crazy.
Got to take a bite out of one?
Project Turntable is absolutely absurd. I'm super pumped for that.
Yeah, it's dope.
So,
That's
but
really
again,
cool.
these are sneak peeks. They're not out yet. All right, what's the next sneak we got?
Project Scenic.
This is freaking awesome, dude. So this is I think this is a program. Like they have separate programs. It might be Firefly.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Illustrator.
Yeah. So go drag us in there. So right now we're looking at a 3D canvas. There's nothing on there. but hold on, pause it. Remember what I said about how prompts right now with generative image, text to image, and video to image, whatever. It's hard to really get exactly what you want, and you can't necessarily manipulate piece by piece. You could try, I get it. In DaVinci, you can highlight an area. Midjourney, you can highlight an area. It never really does what you want to do. You have to keep prompting and keep prompting and keep prompting. The more we can get close to, I want to prompt it and I want to make changes and re-prompt it and keep manipulating it without generating a whole thing. I just want to get it before I generate it. That's where the money is. This is really exciting. Look at this. So we're at a 3D canvas right now, and I believe he starts by giving it a prompt. So just, yeah, give it a little scroll. A cozy campsite. All right, so now we have a 3D model type scene. It's not rendered yet. It's just a 3D model type scene. You can manipulate all those things, and you could just keep dragging it, Abe. You can manipulate them. These are 3D models now, and you can render it. So now, okay, I like what this camp scene's looking like, but I want it at a different, like I have all my images in there. I got the seats I want. I got the tent I want, but the camera is not where I want it. So scroll through, Abe. You can mess with the camera and the location and everything like that. You can turn the camera around. Keep scrolling. Let's see what it looks like a little further. Just keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Look how he's manipulating the camera. So he's got the image that he wants. I prompted it. I love the camp scene. I added a few more trees, blah, blah, blah. And I get to move my camera where I want to. This is really like insane because you're just 3D modeling and controlling your camera without even needing to know how to 3D model.
Yeah, this feels a lot like their response to UE5 and what UE5 is doing, but then also simultaneously kind of making it more user-friendly. A little dumbed down.
Super dumbed down. You just need to know how to write words, and
Yeah.
you don't even need to know how to do that because you can chat GPT
Pretty
that.
insane.
It's crazy, dude. We got another. This is mind blowing, but I think there's more. Why don't we let's stop with Clean Machine, Project Clean Machine. This one I'm really excited about for is because there is a directly we could do it right now use case. Markstrom, you're going to benefit from this. Community members, you guys can benefit from this. This is, Abe, kind of just scroll through and you'll see as it starts. Super easy to understand as once they start. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, wait. No, this one's dope too, but this isn't the one. Damn. This is videos. Now you can clean videos and generate the frames. Say your video gets smudged by a lens flare.
Yeah.
You can generate the frames and take the lens flare out, and dude, they're popping off. They're popping off. That's not the one that I wanted to show, but that's a great one as well.
The other two that I still have that you sent me are Project Supersonic and Project Remix a lot.
Try Remix a lot. I'll get, if that's not it, then I'll make sure I get it to you. Keep going. No, oh my God, this one's insane too. Dude, they're all insane. Like, guys, I highly suggest you go watch the Adobe Max because everything they did was absolutely insane. I want to make sure that I show you guys this one though. Let me see.
And keep going. This is Supersonic that I have up right now.
No, it's not that. That's audio. Like that is you can generate audio now. Oh, here we go. It's Project Perfect Blend. I'm linking it to you right now. Project Perfect Blend. This one right away we're going to use as soon as this comes out right away. Everyone's going to be able to use it.
Sound? I have sound on.
Nah, it's okay.
Okay.
Just give us a scroll. So you know how we make a lot of pictures of you in certain scenes? Oh, wait, go back a little. Oh. All right, so they take a picture of this guy. This he looks like a Asian gentleman sitting at a white table, right? Lighting is super flat. He's like in a university or something. So first thing I believe what they're going to do
is the table is white, not a specified race for the table for clarity.
Yeah,
go ahead.
To be clear.
So they remove the background, boom, right? But still, he's not lit like properly. He's just in this Christmas scene that's like cinematically lit, and he's just really flat. His lighting just does not fit.
Oh, I'm gonna be able to give you some bullshit stock photos.
Dude. So this is called Perfect Blend, and I believe this is Photoshop. Yes. So they click a button. I believe it says harmonize.
Yep, harmonize.
And look at that. Bada bang, bada boom.
Holy,
Shadows,
that's
lighting that's
sick.
accurate. Right into the scene. One button, dude. Keep going. I think they built this scene. I think they built. Look.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
look how bad she is.
Look how bad that was.
yeah, that's
And
pretty
then they
awesome.
harmonize it. Go towards the end, Abe. They just do rapid fire, like different. Yeah, that one's crazy. Scroll back just a smidge. This girl is completely dark, and they say, "Look at this background. It's a sunset," and then boom.
That's insane.
Absolutely insane, because somehow it is seeing the depth of the photo.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but it is seeing the depth of the photo, and it's able to light it accurately, or pretty close to accurate.
For all you folks out there that have been talking about your Canadian girlfriend for years.
That's so true.
It's never going to be easier to make her seem real.
You now have proof. Congratulations.
So anyway, I know I just went off for a while, but all that to say, Adobe is making it way more easy to make dope shit. Hop in, boys and girls. Hop in.
Yeah, I mean, the barrier of entry has never been lower, especially for, I mean, just like, there's so many people, like, you know, like we talk about my wife as like a design degree, right? She was taught like traditionally how to use a lot of these programs to begin with. You could just like skip that line, skip the degree, and use all of these insane AI based feature sets right now to make insane things that, you know, like she would have to start at like, you know, the same place that you would to figure it out how to use it. And so, yeah, I mean, the time's never been more right. Check it out. Lot of great tool sets that you can use to make some incredible stuff, and you never know where it's going to take you. I think you know, and I don't think Slum would have imagined like being at the point that he's at when he first like booted up one of these programs. Come a long ways, and really just through trial and error. Just, hey, Slum, can you try and do this? Figure it out.
A lot of trial and error. And when we started, I may or may not have the alternate versions of Photoshop, if you know what I mean. Like when I did, when I was broke.
Yeah.
So they were crashing all the time, dude. Like all the time, things were just crashing. If it turns out where if you actually have these programs, they don't crash that often.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. So please get in. If you guys want to get creative, it's fun, man. Like, it's just have fun. If you guys and girls are at a place where you're like not enjoying stuff right now, have some fun, dude.
Yeah, and I do think that's like the best way to learn right now is like, you know, rather than traditional learning or like going through a course, I would definitely like, you know, or trying to like look up steps for how to do something specific. What I would do is get into the program and have a project in mind, something that you want to make, and just start and try and figure it out. And when you hit a wall problem, exit Google. Get back to like just doing what you're doing in the program. I really think like project driven learning, the best way to learn these programs by a mile. And I think that's true for you know, just CS in general. And you know, even for like this applies to music, you know what I mean? Like, you don't necessarily have to take a bunch of like classical courses. Pick a song, learn the song. Then, you know, you have the skill set and the tools that are required for that song that you now get to apply to other songs and other things that you want to work on. And so, yeah, I think that's the best way. If you're sitting there thinking like, well, how do I actually go about it? That would be the place to start, in my opinion.
I mean, dude, that's so right. And it just makes me think of like, there's no wrong way to learn. Because when I was learning guitar, I never could read music or anything like that. But when I would look up tabs to play a song, sometimes they'd be like weirdly written, like how a lot of people view them.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, just tell me the letter. Tell me the letter of the chord, and I'm good. And whatever it is, I'll play it that way.
Mhm.
That's how I learned. I didn't learn by looking at any music or the weird dots that they have on some of these tabs. I'm like, I can't read that, dude. Just give me a letter, and I'll know what tab that is. No wrong way to learn, man.
I
And
hear you.
what you said about project based is freaking huge. That's exactly how I do stuff.
Mhm.
It's like I want to do this, I hit a wall, I YouTube it, and then I dive back in.
Yeah. I
And then
think like you know, a lot of people definitely get the anxiety about getting started and like where do I actually start? You're just overwhelmed with so many options, and really the right answer is pick the thing that's going to be fun enough for you to actually do it and stick with it, and then like get to some sort of endpoint that you feel good about. And if it's not something that you're having fun doing, you're not going to get to that point. You're not going to learn the skills that are necessary to get there. You're not going to do it. So, you know, it has to be like at least self-motivating, self-inspiring to do the learning. You know what I mean? Like it's by far the path of least resistance, which is how you're gonna get there.
love it. Love it, dude. And I think, Abe, I'm sorry if you got more on that agenda sheet, but I think that's where we wrap it today, boys. What do you think?
Sounds
Fine
good.
by me. I know. I have a teaser McGeezer out there for a story. We'll have to do it next week. We'll have to do it next week. Yeah, tune in next week.
So, dude, Markstrom, you just wrapped up an insanely awesome, long, and productive hardcore-a-thon. And I mean, you're getting back on that horse soon already. Are you ready? Are you ready to get back on that horse?
Tomorrow morning, baby. For better or worse, I'm gonna be there.
Oh man,
I could probably
you
sleep for
excited,
about a
man?
week, but I don't think that's gonna happen. That's all right. I love what I do. So yeah, I am excited to get back after it tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm gonna be checking out more Silent Hill 2 remake. Little nice way to enjoy some horror game and chatting with the community and chopping it up and just seeing how everyone's week's going. I think that's gonna be a real nice time after a little stall in the morning. I think Fridays for the CS bros, man. They earned it. They took a full month off of CS content with me, and so yeah, it's time to dive back in on that front. We got some fun things planned for that. So that's my next 2 days. Then college football for the weekend. You know how I do. Be sure to tune in over the next couple of days. Twitch.tv/Markstrom.
Abe, how about you, dude?
Well, also, I think, this weekend, if you are getting involved and you're in the community with the Ashes Alpha, I'll probably be diving in there around Sunday. So if we have any community stuff going, be happy to take part in that with everybody too. I also, speaking of CS, I just want to say I was very proud of this. I did pull a gold out of the new armory crates yesterday when I was playing with Mark. So
Red.
oh, sorry, a red, not a gold, not a gold.
Yeah,
I
dude,
apologize.
relax.
A red.
Relax, bro.
That was the highlight of my week, if I'm being honest with you so far. So that was really cool. But other than that, excited to tune back in the stream. I don't know what to do during the day after subathons because I fill my free time during my work hours between calls and stuff with Mark's content. So it's back, and I'm excited to get back and hop in and moderate.
We're back, baby.
Obviously, that's over at twitch.tv/Markstrom.
I think it moved. Go ahead.
And you know me, as Dom or Slum. We're here every week because we have a great time doing it. Would you kindly subscribe on YouTube? We had a wonderful active chat tonight, which I appreciate. And if you're not subscribed, what the fuck are you waiting for? Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Would you kindly share this YouTube channel with your mom, your dad, your auntie, your uncle, your dog, the fish in the fish bowl, and make sure they press that bell, because as they're scrolling, they might see us, they might click in and be like, oh my God, I want to be a graphic designer. This stuff looks amazing. And we'd be like, yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for coming by. So we have a great time doing it, and we do it every week unless Markstrom has a baby or Abe goes on vacation. So I don't think I have anything left to say, but it has been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful podcast. I had a great time doing it this week, and this has been another successful Plug podcast, and we will see you guys next week. Peace.
Deuces.